I would like to preface this with I do not own the rights to this music. This music is courtesy of Def Rebel, WWE, and Jey Uso. I feel the judgment through the window.
Now you better go back to the freestyle or whatever you were doing before. Come on now.
Dang, wait, hold on, everybody do. I gotta rewind it.
If you're the content or something, you better go.
Hold on, let's spin the belt because it's all in the theme of dirty. Ah, crap. How do you spin it? It's just me, Oos. Day one ish. It's just me, Oos. Oh wait, I'm on B. Hold on. It's just me, Oos. Day one ish. I line them all up, knock them down like this. Hey. All right, as y'all can see, Kevon is not here. Kevon is down in Atlanta. He's in a better place right now, aka a warmer place. It's 5 degrees below fucking zero. Thank you, Johnny, for giving us cold weather. Hold on, let me stop this. It's giving me motion sickness. Thank you, Johnny, for the cold weather. Appreciate you. But, Kevon's down there for the... Oh, I didn't know there was a script in there. Kevon's down there for the national championship game, Ohio State versus Notre Dame, which I was going to start this podcast off with today. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about a certain man who I've always been right about. Lamar James Jackson. I don't think James is his middle name for real, but today it is. It kind of rolls with it. So we're going to start off with him. But first, make sure y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe. Please, it helps. Gets me out the hood. Please. Please, please, please. But on this fine Monday, Martin Luther King Day, it's time. It's time for a dialogue. I wish Kevon was here because in an unaired episode, Kevon was very much so. Lamar Jackson's not that bad of a playoff performer. You guys are holding him to a higher standard. I'm Kevon. I don't care. This man is trash in the playoffs. He is absolutely ass in the playoffs. You can't tell me that, I'm the best player in the league. I'm MVP. He's a top 3 quarterback. Bitch, where? Where is this at in the playoffs? Once again, I'm gonna reference the episode that has never been aired. It's probably lost in the archive somewhere. AKA it was like 3 hours long. Wasn't edited and all that. But I was right. I said, hey, because Kevon asked me, he pointed the question, Ty, will you stop saying that he sucks in the playoffs if he has a back-to-back good games in the playoffs? I said, sure. He's like, if he does that, and then he doesn't, shit the bed against Kansas City again, sure. All sins are forgiven, your hands are clean. But thankfully, oh wait, I have a brand right there, I'm sorry. Smart Water, if you would like to sponsor through the whistle, hit me up. We have a logo right here. We got 15 water bottles on the desk. So all up to you. Drink Smart Water. Make sure y'all drink y'all's water. I know it's cold, but drink y'all's water. Stay hydrated. But I asked Kevon, what makes you think that Lamar is going to be good in the playoffs this year? He says, man, he's gotten better every year. I'm Kevon. Damn, I may have sounded like a South Park character. But I raised him a question in retort. When has he ever played good in the playoffs? When you don't win a single game when Derrick Henry rushes for less than 90 yards, bro, you're on his coattails. Are you the sidekick? Are you Robin? I thought he was Batman. I said in this episode that I think we should probably put clips in here. I don't know. I'll try to remember how to do that when I'm editing this. But I said, and I quote, because the question was, I started this off, who has the best chance to beat the Chiefs? He said the Ravens. He said, the Ravens are a better team. They have a better defense. Lamar, Derrick Henry, rah, 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 rah. And I said, Josh Allen and the Bills do, because their Superman, okay, Josh Allen, has proven that he can be Superman when the moment matters. Lamar has shown that he's basically the motherfucking Green Lantern. No, I want to give him that. He's the Hawk. I'm not talking about comic book Hawk. I'm talking about MCU Hawk. When he just gets his ass beat the whole movie. He used to be so cool. The Hawk used to be so cool. And then the MCU gets to him, and he's trash now. And that's kind of what Lamar Jackson is. The going got tough, and Lamar got going. He threw one of the ugliest interceptions I've ever seen. Basically threw a punt in the air. 20 yards. What was that? Ugly. And then he fumbles the ball. Damar Hamlin calls a fumble. The Damar ambulance calls a fumble on the MVP, the possibly back-to-back, and also three-time MVP. Three-time MVP. I'm going to say it one more time. Three-time MVP. Aaron Rodgers retired right now, he would have the most MVPs in the league if you combine it everyone else who are active MVPs. If you are, because honestly, let's call it spade. You become a three-time MVP, you're automatically into the Hall of Fame. Either win, lose, or draw in the playoffs, you're automatically in the Hall of Fame. That's the sad part about it. Because, if you can just be trash in the playoffs, why are we are, how do I say, we are enabling bad playoff performances. And that's not the goal of this game that we love to watch on Sundays and Saturdays. Sorry. I just don't understand what happens to this man in the playoffs against, in games that matter. Because I'm going to read off some great stats, some monumental stats to back that, Ty's not a hater. He's a truther. In the words of Drake and Josh, y'all can't call me a liar, but y'all can call me a truther. And that's all I speak. So let's go ahead and let these words go flying. So, this man has as many turnovers as touchdowns in the playoffs. He's never had, like I said, back-to-back good games. And he has never won a playoff game when his defense allows over 14 points. Not 24, not 30. I'm talking about your defense allows more than 2 touchdowns and I can't win the game. That is ass. We're not asking you to go be Superman, Lamar. I mean, I low-key am. Because, that's like the echelon that you want to be in. But you're not doing it, bruh. You're a 3-time MVP. You're supposed to be on the same echelon as, for we're being honest, hold a spade. Patrick Mahomes. Because as a 3-time MVP, you are an all-time player. So you are held to all-time standards. The standard is the standard, bruh. I'm sorry. Like, this is the same league that said Cam Newton can't get it done. Just because he didn't fall on the fumble. And he had way better playoff performances than Lamar Jackson. Like, what are we talking about? And then the play calling. The Ravens brought in Derrick Henry for a freaking reason. You brought him in for moments like this. When Lamar is struggling, it's supposed to be, hey, Derrick, we need you. We're about to lean on you heavy tonight. You about to get 25 to 30 touches today. And then they start getting him going to the third quarter. Like, football is not this hard to coach, bruh. I promise you it's not. The amount of overthink that offensive coordinators do is idiotic. They deserve to be put in the middle of town square and have tomatoes thrown at them by everybody in the city. Because it's not that hard. Give Derrick Henry the fucking ball earlier in the game, and you're not in that situation. Easy. King Henry for a reason. You brought him in for a reason. What are you doing? And on the last play, the two-point conversion. Two-point conversion. Why is Derrick Henry your lead blocker? Why? I am living and dying with Derrick Henry getting the ball on the 3-yard line. Name one person who isn't living and dying with. That's like the Bills saying, no, we're not going to put the ball in Josh Allen's hands on a two-point conversion play. No. It doesn't make sense. It's snowing. And I don't know, for people who've never played football in the snow, playing in the snow might be harder than playing in the rain. One, the ball's freaking frozen. It's a rock. It's hit your hand, doesn't give on your fingers, jams your fingers. It's cold as hell, and it's slippery. That's a horrible duo, horrible mix. It's a bad combo. It's not like Canes. It's not no box combo. It's a bad combo. And to blame that game on Mark Andrews, yes, I understand he fumbled. Yes, I understand he dropped the two-point conversion play. But when you fumble the ball to a man who has an ambulance named after him, Damar Hamlin, the Damar ambulance, and he makes you fumble, and that's basically a scoop and score by Von Miller, you spotted him 7 points by yourself, bruh. What are you doing? You're a 3-time MVP, damn near. 3-time first-team All-Pro. One of the most All-Pro selections at the quarterback in NFL history. You have damn near more than Tom Brady. And you can't be good in the playoffs, bruh. Like, y'all, like, everybody who tries to say, y'all just be hating on Lamar, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not. We want him to be good in the playoffs. We do the same thing to everybody else who sucks in the playoffs. Kevon said, and I quote, you hype up Josh Allen because he loses in a better fashion. You're damn right. I'm going to hype up someone who performs in the playoffs but ultimately loses because it happens. It's football. It's sports in general. The better player doesn't always win. The better team doesn't always win. The Rams were the better team yesterday, but they lost to the Eagles. The Lions probably are the better team against the Commanders, but they have 16 injuries, and you're not overcoming that. That's just the way the game goes. The better team doesn't always win, and that's just how football goes. But every time you get on the field and you fucking sell every single time, bruh, like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because if Kevon was right here, and it was the Steelers and Russell Wilson who plays as bad consistently in the playoffs as Lamar Jackson does, he will be, hey, now you know, hold on, let me do my Kevon impression. Now you know your boy, we're gonna talk about your boy Russell Wilson, he playing trash. You know, he's playing real trash. I don't know why I went to a Charles Barkley impression halfway through that. A Shaquille O'Neal impression halfway through there, but it felt right. I don't understand how people can just be devoid of logic. He's played in the playoffs, 4 of the last 6 years, and we are still waiting for a great Lamar Jackson game. I am waiting. Where is it at? Especially in a game when Josh Allen doesn't even play like Superman. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Dead ass, what are we talking about? When will y'all... It's just the whole conversation. Nick Wright has talked about this plenty of times. The conversation around Lamar Jackson is just so stepping on eggshells that it's either you're overly criticizing him or you're giving him too much love. No one wants to be in the middle because no one wants to seem like they're hating on Lamar Jackson. No, it's not hating. It is calling a spade a spade. Like, this is literally, if we were playing spades right now, you're not going to lie about how many books you got. Like, what are we talking about? We're not playing goldfish? What are we doing? Call it how it is. Like, what the hell? Make it make sense. We're going to be right back here this time next year. Lamar Jackson is going to shit the bed in the playoffs. Probably hold on, this little projection right here, probably. You know, it's a year in advance. It's top tier sports journalism right here. Went to school for this. Can't read, can't write, can't state. Top 4 in the divisional round next year will probably be Kansas City, Buffalo, Bengals, and the Ravens probably. Ravens probably being the 5 seed. Probably beat the, I don't know. Might be the 4 seed. I don't know. Well, we'll cross that path when we get there. And we're going to be like, hey, is this the year Lamar Jackson finally gets it done? And I'm going to say, are you fucking crazy? No. When has he ever shown that he can get it done in the playoffs? He is literally James Harden. He's literally James Harden of the NFL. Right in the regular season. But when you need him most, he vanishes. He's like the Avatar. And when the world needed him most, arm, legs, IQ, Lamar has them all. But when we need him most, he disappears. At some point, all you Lamar Jackson defenders, with y'all defend him with y'all's life, like your Kratos and God of War. Just, I have to fight to the death for Lamar Jackson. One day, y'all will come to y'all senses and stop being idiots when it comes to this man. Thank you. Sorry, a little winded after that one, cause I'm tired of it, Granddad. So on to another. So let's pivot, because I floated out a text message in a lot of these group chats. I said, hey, Jaden Daniels better than Lamar Jackson. I said this on Saturday night. And they were like, bro, you're crazy, Ty. You're crazy, Ty. And Lamar just wanted me to look right, and I love that for myself. But.
Well, that's too damn bad.
That's too damn bad. But the voice of God right there, the overhead speaker. But Jaden Daniels, great performance. Great performance. And I love that. The first rookie to go back-to-back on the road and win back-to-back playoff games in history. Congrats. Round of applause. And the first quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger did it back in 2004, I think, to make it to a conference championship game in their rookie year. Another round of applause. But let's call a spade a spade. We're playing spades right here. You don't got Joker Deuce right now. I'm sorry. As a man who wants the Chiefs to not win the Super Bowl, I would very much so prefer it that way. I would be remiss if I said, oh yeah, the Eagles need to win this game if the world wants a chance of Patrick Mahomes losing in the Super Bowl. In a world where the Chiefs beat the Bills, obviously. But you have to tilt the hat. You have to tilt the motherfucking hat to the Lions. We always see, like I said it earlier, the game of football is very WWE-esque when it comes to how sporadic and how dramatic it is and how things can change in an instant. We have a team that 3 years ago was a laughingstock. Last year, Cinderella run, NFC Championship game, close to making it to the Super Bowl, America's darling. And this year, being the number 1 seed, despite having 16 players on the injured reserve, most of those being on defense. If anybody, I don't really think, I haven't seen much of it. If you're saying that the Lions were just duds this year, you're insane. Because I think they've overcome a lot. Overcoming 16 players on the injury reserve is hard to do. Especially when you have a quarterback who honestly probably got concussed. Because that pick six, that man, Jared Goff went to sleep easily. CM Punk, go to sleep. Jared Goff went to sleep. And to be able to still fight back in that game. A lot of questionable things, having 12 men on the field when you're down 3 and they're on the goal line on 4th and goal, where it looked like they were about to just settle and take the 3 points. Of course, there's some mental errors in this game, but it happens. It happens to the best of us. I don't think any less of the Lions. I don't think any less of Jared Goff. But if you were to ask me, do I think that they'll be NFC champs next year? I would say that next year is their last chance, because this team is about to get really, 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 really expensive soon. Aiden Hutchinson's deal's coming up. Jared Goff's deal's probably going to I think Jared Goff's last year of his contract's next year. Gibbs' bill's coming due. Sam Laporta's bill's coming due here soon. And that's the thing about the NFL. The windows can close maybe in an instant. And it's a beautiful thing about this sport, but it's also like the tragic thing about the sport. Because you told me 10 years ago, hey, do you think the 15-1 Carolina Panthers will ever make it back to at least the NFC Championship game? I'll say, of course. Cam Newton's young. His team's young. Yeah, of course. Injuries slam that window so fast, it'll make your head motherfucking spin. The Seahawks, the Legion of Boom, their window basically closed as soon as Russell Wilson threw that interception in the end zone. The Colts, who were in the Super Bowl against the Saints, window closed. Peyton Manning's neck done for. It just happens. It's just a way of the game. We see it with the 49ers. The 49ers window is basically non-existent now. So for the Lions, I think you got to try your best to try and get Ben Johnson to stay. I think Aaron Glenn's leaving is basically a foregone conclusion. What he's done with this defense, I know a lot of people say, oh, they gave up a lot of points. Yes, here and there. When you have 10-plus guys on your injury reserve on the defensive side, you're overachieving. And I think they did a great job. They have a lot to hang their hat on. But to pivot to the other side, the Commanders knew what they had. The thing I love about the Commanders, they know who they are. They're not, oh, we got to be physical. We gotta make sure it's deep. Who cares? We can put the defense out there as much as we need. No. They're very secure with who they are this season. I'm not saying they're not going to move forward, get better in the offseason and going forward. But they know who they are. They know that their offense has to carry the load. And boy, oh boy, does Jaden Daniels know. Hey, motherfucker, I might be Superboy, but in 12 months, I'll be motherfucking Superman. Because I say that because I don't like ranking rookie quarterbacks. I don't like ranking rookie players in general. Because in the words of, Paris Morton on Pound Cake, I think that's Paris Morton who said that. You're here today and gone tomorrow. C.J. Stroud had a major fall this season between year 1 and year 2. It happens. It's natural. Trevor Lawrence, obviously, is getting worse by the year. I don't know what's going on with him. But it happens. It's a game of football. You never know what's going to happen week to week, game to game, season to season. But Jaden Daniels, how do I say this? Because I said this a long time ago. Really, 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 really long time ago. James, if you're watching this, you can vouch for me in the comments. Ashton, I think you were in the chat when I said this. Kevon, I've said this. I said this back at Arizona State when Jaden Daniels beat Oregon. I said Jaden Daniels is going to be a fucking star one day. He's got it. He's going to be a great player. But to think that he would take – I even had the Commanders making it to the playoffs this year. But for him to take this team to the NFC Championship game, in a game where they have a strong chance, a very, very strong chance, divisional opponent, this team like the back of your hand, let's do it. Let's make some shit shake. They They probably would prefer to play this Eagles team compared to the fucking Rams. Rams was getting after it yesterday. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But Jaden Daniels, his poise, his composure, like I said, call me crazy. I think there needs to be a real life dialogue that Jaden Daniels is better than Lamar Jackson. And you can say it's because, oh, he's in the NFC, blah, 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 blah. Okay. He's went up to the plate. I don't care if you're playing against fucking, if this was baseball, I don't care if you're playing against the Dodgers or the Nationals, the Phillies. You go up to the plate and you perform, you do what you're supposed to do, you gotta tilt the hat. You have to tilt the hat. And for this defense to be getting better every week for the Commanders, it's beautiful to watch. Also scared to watch as a Giants fan because, got to deal with that shit 2 times a year. Fuck! Shout out to you, Kamari. Fads from across the street. FADS. I said fads. Fads. Shout out to my boy Kamari. Big Mari from across the street is his YouTube handle. I'll make sure y'all go subscribe. I think that's his YouTube handle. But the way that the defensive secondary for the Commanders has gotten better every week. And my boy, Mike Sanderstill. Sheesh. Mike, playing his fucking ass off right now. Looking like he's back at A2 when he told me, hey, best in America for the Michigan Wolverines, the world famous Michigan Wolverines, comes back to Michigan. And my boy, Austin Arnold, calling it, texted me last Sunday, I think, either last Sunday or last Monday, saying, hey, Mikey's gonna get him one. Gonna get him an interception. And what? Wait, hold on. I got a gripe. Sorry. Getting off topic. This is what happens when Keith House not here. I get off topic. Sports books. If someone predicts the right person getting an interception, the odds should be better than plus 700. Because my man Austin had to bet what? I think he bet like $40 on Mike Sanderson getting an interception. The payout should have been way better than 7-1 money. That's BS. But bread is bread. We like bread around here. We like that. Austin, you made some great stuff on Saturday. You made some good bread. Hopefully you're at the NFC Championship game. My man deserve it. But back to the topic. In the words of J. Cole, we're back to the topic. The Commanders, I think, are a very realistic team to make the Super Bowl because, like I said, playing the same team 3 times, divisional opponent, you know what to expect. You know what's coming. Pause. Especially with the way Jalen Hurts has been looking. So we're going to pivot to Jalen Hurts and how he was looking. I personally think this is going to become a spoiler for. I'll probably do a show tomorrow after, depending on how this Ohio State game goes. I thought that the winner of the NFC game between the Rams and the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. I believe that wholeheartedly. I still believe it right now. The Eagles tried everything in their power to lose that game offensively. But the Eagles' defense, gee golly, the freaking Georgia Bulldog Eagles got that motherfucker done. He played phenomenal, got pressure on Matt Stafford, and just, boy, oh boy. Stopping Matt Stafford, he finally got another Cooper Kupp appearance for the first time in some weeks. Puka Nacua with a phenomenal catch on the 20-yard line on the sideline. Beautiful adjustment to the ball. And I don't know about y'all, but that Rams defense, they're young, they're hungry, and they can ball out, especially on the D-line. Especially on that D-line. Jared Verse playing his ass off. Oh, my God. Getting to the quarterback. I think he only had, 1 sack? Played fucking amazing. And that's what it basically came down to. Who's D-line to hold up more? Because Jalen Carter, Mr. Jordan Davis, balling, hooping. Nolan Smith, hooping. Jared Burks, hooping. I think this game came down to who would break first as a defense. And I think we have to say the Rams defense just, at some point, the dam's going to break. That's what happens when a team just consistently runs the ball over and over and over and over. The dam's going to break eventually. And that dam breaking in this game, Saquon Barkley breaking, what, a 60 or 70-yard run for a touchdown? It just has to happen. It's just a way of life. To have a defense consistently out there is hard to do. So, with that being said, I like the Eagles a whole lot this upcoming weekend against the Commanders, but both teams are playing great. Well, Eagles defense is playing great. Commanders offense is playing great. Should be a great matchup this upcoming Sunday. And lastly, the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't want to be one of those guys who just bitches and complains about the Chiefs and the refs and Patrick Mahomes, but when Troy Aikman even calls it out, you gotta say something. You gotta call it how it is. You have a man who is baiting the refs to throw the flag every play in Patrick Mahomes. He slides late, where they got the unnecessary roughness call. And the little play where he's running out of bounds and stops right before he gets out of bounds, horrible. No. Sorry, my mic on? Oh. Yeah, it is. Sorry. A lot just happened right there. That was weird. But I don't know if, for the people who follow me on Twitter, if I'm an opposing defense, you gotta just take it on the chin. Like, when I say take it on the chin, I'm not talking about the penalty. Wait, I am partially talking about the penalty. If Patrick Mahomes, personally, if I was playing, I talked to my boy Jay Wade about it, Mr. Jalen, who's a linebacker at Tiffin. If Patrick Mahomes did that late sliding shit, I'm taking his head off. I'm going to get the 15-yard penalty regardless. Oh, yeah, you're going to fine me? I don't give a fuck. It's worth it. Take it out my Super Bowl check, too, because he's not coming back in the game. Dead ass. You slide late, I'm gunning for your fucking head. You want to try to abuse this rule? No, you're about to go and see this independent doctor for this concussion that I just gave you. Because I'm putting you to sleep, bruh. Like, and I'm not calling for people to be dirty, do bounty gate. No. If you slide late, I'm going to take your fucking head off. It happens to Justin Fields all the time. You slide late, I get to have whatever shot I have on you. Because I'm preparing to hit you head on, running straight up. And you're going to slide late? If I hit your head, bro, I'm sorry. I'm not about to adjust my body to avoid hitting you in the head. It's not happening. You want to play stupid games, I'm going to give you a stupid prize. Not prize is going to be you not playing the rest of this game, bruh. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's just how this has to go. I know, like, a lot, this is very standing on the porch, you only got the sky old man of me, but it's what has to happen. You have to put the fear of God in the man. We were taught when I was younger, first time you hit the quarterback, make sure he feels it. Make sure he's thinking twice about either running the ball or holding onto the ball late. That's just how football was played. And if you're going to try to abuse the rules so you can bait a flag, and you're going to get the flag the whole time. Everyone in Texas said, yeah, we knew what was going to happen officiating-wise, so, we were just prepared for that, and this is what happens. You had to take his head off. That's what you had to do. And it's worth it. It's worth the penalty. It's worth the fine. You want to run? I'm going to treat you like all these other players, bruh. I'm going to take your fucking head off. Roger Goodell, go ahead, send that check. I'm pretty sure everybody in that locker will help me pay this $50,000 fine that you're going to give me for taking that man's head off. But tell Golden Boy to protect them fucking self. You slide when you're supposed to, and you won't get your fucking head taken off. Tom Brady used to say all the time, I knew what I could, what I could throw, and it's my responsibility to make sure I get my receivers protected. And it is on Patrick Mahomes to make sure that he protects himself. It's the reason why guys like Lamar doesn't really get hit that often in crazy ways. He knows when to slide. He knows when to get out of bounds. He's not baiting some fucking calls like a fucking prima donna. No, you don't do that shit. The fuck? So if I'm anybody, I'm taking his fucking head off, and I wouldn't think twice about it. But that being said, Chiefs go on to advance against the Bills. Should be a good game. This will be their fourth time playing 13-second game last year. And then 2020, because they didn't play them because the Titans played them. Yeah, so 13 seconds last year. So this will be the third time playing in 4 years. Against the Bills, Chiefs, nightcap game. Tony Romo, we have Jim Nantz. Sorry, I'm very congested. I don't know if y'all can notice that. If y'all have noticed that. Besides, all the sniffling and kind of sounding congested, sounding gross right now. But, we'll have Jim out. We'll have Tony Romo out there. Yeah, Jim, Mahomes, he's just, no one really does it like, shut up, Tony. Shut up. Who will win? We will see. I'll let y'all know that tomorrow or Thursday when Kevon's back. Or either tomorrow or Wednesday. So we'll see. But we will take a short break. It's going to blow my nose, first of all. And then we'll talk about Ohio State, Notre Dame, and the Big Ten Championship. Could have been a Big Ten Championship game if Notre Dame would like to, go to the conference. That'd be great. In the National Championship game. But through the whistle, we'll be back after this. We are back through the whistle. No, you're not going crazy. I'm coming. Pause. Through the whistle. We are back. No, let's ball that way. I know that we did our what's it called? Preseason predictions over there on the wall. I don't know if y'all remember a couple weeks back, recorded a weather forecast before the Texas game with our guy, the GOAT, Johnny Gormley, the best weatherman in all of Ohio, all of America. But if you remember, I brought the belt out. Different belt from this. I brought belts out. U.S. Championship belt, the WWE World Heavyweight belt. But great times call for great things. We have the spinner belt out. And I say that because, hey man, this is what we're playing for. Hope y'all don't get motion sickness. And I'm motherfucking gleaming, ain't it? Ugh. Shining. Spinning. All the above. Hold on, let me do some better camera effects. But Ohio State and Notre Dame will be playing for the title tonight. Monday Night Raw will also be on tonight. Hopefully nothing important happens because I will not be watching. Saturday night's main event will also be getting hyped up tonight on Raw. But Santee Zap will be being watched because TikTok is back. Make sure you follow us at Through the Whistle 2.0. Official TikTok handle of Through the Whistle. Anyhow, let's talk about this game. I said a couple weeks ago, it's Ohio State's championship to lose. I still feel that way. But if I just said that would be boring, that's not what you Ohio State fans want from me. I was told that I should be impressed with this Ohio State team because they're they're the first team to be top 10 opponents in back-to-back weeks if they win the Natty. Well, they're the first team to ever have the opportunity to do that, so that kind of helps. Just saying. Well, me and Kevon can talk. Like, this national championship won't make this Ohio State team an all-time team. Like, it's just not plausible. Do I think they match up well all the time? Probably. But you can't put them on an all-time list when you're 10-2 in the regular season. When you're a 2-loss team, you can't be considered an all-time great team. I'm sorry to break that to y'all. But let's talk about Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman. I said up here maybe almost 2 months ago now, and I said Marcus Freeman is the best man. If Ohio State were to fire Ryan Day, Marcus Freeman is the best man for the job. And he's done nothing but prove me right. Shout out to you, Coach Freeman. The thing about this Notre Dame team that I think Ohio State fans should be worried about is, I don't know, y'all remember last year, y'all gonna play Notre Dame. Sam Hartman sold and lost that game, kind of sort of, that throwing a screen pass on second down when you want, like, kind of want to waste the clock. Stupid. Goal line stand, Ohio State gets in, Notre Dame has 10 men on the field. But the thing I like to bring up about that, sorry, as I bring up the stat line, is, yeah, they played man coverage on Marvin last year, yeah. A lot of people are harping on, hey, they're playing man on Jeremiah? They're playing single coverage on Jeremiah? No. No. Quite the opposite. Quite the contrary. They are not playing single coverage on Jeremiah. I know man on man sounds like, oh yeah, it's just one-on-one. Let's do it. Let's see who's the best man win. No. It will be, yes, Jeremiah being guarded in man-to-man coverage. Yes, 100%. Notre Dame's very, how do you say, a man-oriented defense. But there's going to be 3 people on Jeremiah. It's going to be cornerback, safety, and probably another bracket guy with a linebacker, kind of cheating over that way. And y'all, before y'all say, oh, that defense is not going to work, no, that defense will never work. We're Ohio State, and that's Jeremiah Smith. He's the greatest ever. That same exact, philosophy held Marvin Harrison Jr. to 3 catches for 32 yards last year against Notre Dame. And the year before that, it held Marvin Harrison Jr. to 5 catches for 56 yards against Notre Dame at home with C.J. Stroud throwing him the ball. So I say all this to say there is a very narrow path for Notre Dame to travel, for them to win this game. One, you got to dominate time of possession. You have to steal possessions. That's something you have to do. You got to steal at least 1 or 2 possessions, kind of like how Michigan did, kind of like how Texas did when they forced turnovers. Because Will Howard's going to give you one. He's going to give you at least one, whether it's his fault of him throwing it straight to the defender or it's just a tip pass. Like, it happens. It comes in the ebbs and flows of games like this. But let me make sure that I'm not muted while I'm yapping gums. I'm not. But to be completely honest about this, if I'm going to say there is a % chance that Notre Dame wins, I'll probably give it around like a 15% chance, which I think is pretty high. Because I don't know if y'all saw, y'all's coach's biggest op is a 90-year-old man in Lou Holtz. And he said, hey, you should, I'm about to do a Lou Holtz impersonation. If y'all know Lou Holtz, let me know how this impersonation is. You know, Ryan Gage and it's how I say team is physical. They don't go out there and they're not physical. And I actually don't think that Buckeyes is going to win. You know, got to know they ain't fighting Irish. I feel like that's a very good impression of Lou Holtz. And something about Ryan Day being called soft just gets the man going, you know? It pisses him off so much that he just changes his whole identity. If I'm a Ohio State, I'll be scared of that. Because, hey, bro, like, chill out. It's not that deep. Like, let's play our game of football. Because, I don't know if y'all know, if they force y'all to run the ball, y'all being Ohio State, this game will be a lot closer than it needs to be. Because I don't think Ohio State can run the ball at will on Notre Dame. Notre Dame is probably the best, I want to say the best defensive line, defense when it comes to run defense, obviously. But that whole line for Ohio State's just not there. It's just not. And if you're gonna fall for the bait of running into a 5-man box, 6-man box, and you're not moving the ball, and if you're behind schedule, it's gonna be an ugly game. Because I personally don't think of Notre Dame. I don't see a single avenue where Notre Dame scores more than 20 points. I honestly don't see many various ways. I don't see many ways that they score past 17 points. So if Ohio State plays a game that's reminiscent of the Michigan game, because that Texas game felt very reminiscent of the Ohio State-Michigan game. They were getting away from what worked. The defense was fighting their ass off. The offense couldn't move the fucking ball. And it's just, the longer it dragged on, the more and more that it just felt constricted. And we all know when Ryan Day feels like he gets real, the way my uncle put it, he gets real anal. Like, he gets real like, oh, shoot, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, he doesn't relax. He doesn't just say, hey, let's do what our bread and butter is. He doesn't do that. I think that's part of the reason why he brought Chip Kelly in. But if they allow Notre Dame to score, if you ask me what's the magic number for Notre Dame to win this game? If Notre Dame scores 20 points, if you tell me, hey, Todd, Notre Dame scored 20 points, I would say, oh, Notre Dame won a national championship game. I don't know if that comes from a pick six, maybe a kick return like they got against Georgia. I don't know where it comes from, but if Notre Dame can get to 20 points or more, I think they win the game. I'm not saying I think that's going to happen. I'm just saying that's my prediction if Notre Dame is to get to 20 points. And the problem with that is if Will Howard tries to force Jeremiah Smith the ball, then that's the avenue that makes Ohio State lose too. Because I don't see Jeremiah Smith getting past probably 50 yards. I think Jeremiah Smith is probably one of the most talented receivers in America right now. Him and Terratoa McMillan from Arizona are two best receivers in college football right now. And I think it's bar none. I think the gap between those two and everybody else is pretty substantial. But if you try to force the ball to him instead of getting the ball to guys like Emeka, guys like Cardinell, who's played phenomenal football in the postseason. Oh, my God. Even if we go back to the Northwestern game, starting from the Northwestern game all the way to now, he's playing sensational. But if Ohio State's D-line can't get the Riley Leonard, I think it's going to be bad. And if you let Jeremiah Love get off, you know, that big old Toradol shot is getting put right in that man's knee. And he is going to be playing like nothing's wrong with him. And you get Jeremiah Love rolling, good luck slowing his big ass down. Because man, oh man, that motherfucker be moving. He be off to the races. We're going to hear Chris Farmer, off to the races. Jeremiah Love, touchdown. Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Same cadence and all. I'm damn near good with the impressions. So, to kind of wrap this up, gonna be silly, wrap your willy. To wrap this up, I think Ohio State wins, obviously. I want to say it's probably about 31-13. I just don't see a world, like I said, where Notre Dame gets past 17 points, let alone 19 points, which is the over-under for Notre Dame this week. Was tonight. I think Ohio State wins this game. I think even bigger for Ohio State is I think Ryan Day finally gets out of his own head again. I think I say that about what I say that I'm talking about in regards to the big game. Not talking about just the Michigan game, but just big games in general. I think this win in the national championship game gets the monkey off his back, kind of takes the mental block off of beating Michigan, and we see the guy sent to like a top 3-4 coach in all of college football. Because the winner of this game, I'm gonna be honest, if Notre Dame wins, I'm elevating Marcus Freeman to probably, at worst, the second best coach in college football. Because the win with the talent, the lack of talent that Notre Dame has, no offense to Notre Dame, but you're not getting 5 stars. You're barely getting 4 stars. So if Notre Dame somehow wins, hey, they got it, for sure. For sure, yeah, right on. Be blessed, my brother. But I just don't see it happening. Dylan, I'm sorry. I just don't see it happening. So, prediction, Ohio State 31, Penn State 13 or 14. You have to tell me, if I had to give like an MVP, I think Caleb Downs is a big game. I think Caleb Downs plays his ass off, probably gets an interception. Kid's special. Probably be a first, he will, not even probably, he would probably, no, yeah, I'll go probably. Probably be the first defensive player taken off the board next year, the 2026 draft. Because that kid is special. That man is different. Different breed. You can put him anywhere. Very Derwin James-esque. I think Ohio State gets it done. Gets their first national title in 10 years. Finally get a national title since Amazon's existed. Finally get a national title for the first time since, people weren't on Kick Messenger. For people under the age of 25, y'all know what Kick is. Finally get a championship for the first time since, iPhones have been the dominant phone. Finally getting was the PS4 out? I don't know. I'll save y'all from that one. But, power to the Ohio State Buckeyes, national champions. Kevon called it earlier this season. He said undefeated in the Natty. No, not there. But if Ohio State loses, this will be the funniest city to live in America. The dialogue that will take place on Twitter and in every group chat in Columbus, Ohio, will be amazing. Because it will be the end of the world for them, and they will be calling for everybody's heads. I can't wait to fucking see it. If it happens, but I doubt it happens. But we will see. We'll see if Ohio State can get the job done, get the title, become the champs. And that wraps it up for today's episode. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Kevon listened to me. Probably not. He never listens to me. No one usually does in my house. Hopefully, we get some content posted on YouTube Shorts for our TikTok, Instagram Reels, some interviews on the field after tonight's game, after tonight's win. And I'm sorry. I know I said we're done, but, I'm very sentimental right now. We're going to have to start pivoting to basketball. Sadly. Start pivoting to basketball conversations, which I'm not looking forward to because watching the NBA is horrible. Watching college basketball is also trash because of the hyper reliance on 3-ball and foul baiting. Oh, my God, it's horrible. It's horrible. But, off-season means we got to get a little creative with the content or our topics, But for ties, one of ties, final, no, it is. For my final Through the Whistle episode of the college football season, because, last game of the college football season is tonight. Sadly, it's with Ohio State in it. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. I would like to play one song. Hopefully it has the lyrics so I can skip straight to the part. Wait, hold on. I do not own the rights to this song. Let me make sure I credit everybody who is a part of this. LeAngelo, Lonzo, Ball Brother Entertainment, Ball Media Group, Born to Ball Music Group, Crazy name. But it's not really. As I say. Whoa. I'm tweeting this is starting to go. And I heard you want to show. Whoa. And just show me some more. Through the Whistle. College Football Playoff National Championship. Divisional recap episode in the books. I think I'm moving it too much for y'all to hear it. Through the Whistle. Make sure y'all type in for our next episode, either Tuesday or Wednesday. Follow us on TikTok and on Instagram, Through the Whistle 2.0. Y'all have a great night.